really interesting topic. It is those past life blockages which are blocking you, making you stuck from moving forward. Have you ever thought about this? Because many times we kind of like doing things here, but what's blocking ours in moving forward? Sometimes it's really those past lives. And we will derive those codes from the Five of Pentacles card in its reversed position. So let's have a look at this card together. In its upright form, the Five of Pentacles is all about isolation. These two are isolated. Do you see? They are isolated and they are being kind of like shut out. Reversed, let's look at it in the reversed position. It becomes a sacred invitation. A sacred invitation. Do you see, like there is this tree? It's a sacred invitation to heal your past wounds. So when we see it from that way, it's kind of like becoming much more clear that those wounds can be ancestral or past life imprints lied to ours on some level. We are into that kind of like position of that hypnosis. We are tied to being unworthy, unsupported, or exiled from spiritual belonging. You see, exiled from spiritual belonging. That's what's happening. So when we start seeing it from that reverse position, we actually can derive really powerful past life lessons which can block your growth in this lifetime. So if you ever felt like you are on the outside looking in emotionally, financially, or spiritually, it may not just be about this lifetime. So the reversed Five of Pentacles, it just carries the sacred codes of soul level rejection, abandonment, and survival wounding that didn't start with you. And these blocks often come from past lives, echoing through time. And until they are fully seen, they cannot be resolved. So my goal today is to unveil all these codes for you so that you would see them. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. My name is Yulia. I've been in Tarot world for 10 plus years. If you love this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to this channel. I invite you for that. Why? Because I cannot promise that I show up literally every day, but to get notified, it's better to stay connected. So let's look at this card, because that's when we start. That's when we start that really powerful analysis. I hope that today you will be really wowed. So that's my goal. That's actually my goal, so that you could recognize it in you and you would know how to clear it spiritually. So I want you to see these two injured figures here. Let's look at it first of all at the upright position. So they walk barefoot. Do you see? They walk barefoot, right? So they walk barefoot. And they walk barefoot through snow outside a warm building. Right? And everything kind of like feels very nice inside, right? But these two, they are exiled. They are outsiders. So it speaks of kind of being rejected by society, family, or spiritual communities, even when help is nearby. Okay? So you may carry on some level through this card, when you look at it and it speaks to you, from a life where your gifts, beliefs, or spiritual voice got you on some level to be a healer, a seer, or simply something different, and you feel like the outsider. So this karmic fear to be seen, this karmic fear can make you hide, dim your light, or shrink back from visibility. Many healers today, I just heard it so many times, and just fearful to be seen. I'm fearful to be seen, right? So I am fearful to be seen. That's the reversed card position, okay? That is kind of like some kind of fear, which is invites us to re-entry ourselves into that fear. It's the soul's call to stop identifying yourself with that fear, with that exile, right? and just really re-entry yourself into that fear, realize that the door is open. You are safe to be seen. You are safe to be seen. You must realize that you are safe to be seen. Very important. If you don't realize that, nothing already can help you. So this reversed card, it actually invites you to start seeing it from that perspective and start instilling into you that idea that the door is near. You are safe to be seen. Reclaim your place at the spiritual table. Reclaim your place at this physical table as well. Now, it is very, very important to see which kind of affirmative statement you can develop here. These guys, they feel they don't belong to anywhere. They feel alone. Now, in this position, I belong. I belong. I belong. And it's safe for me to be seen. Okay? Do you see how it even feels inside? It's safe for me to be seen. The door is near and I belong. I no longer walk alone. I no longer walk alone. I belong and I am safe to be seen. I am safe to rise. Okay? So that is the blockage when there is that safety to be seen. You know, literally a widespread blockage around many healers, around many spiritual workers. I know it because it wasn't me and it wasn't many whom I'm currently working with. And it's a recurring thing. It's a really recurring thing. If you just recognize it in you, it can be a tremendously huge blockage to start something new in your life. It's just like that brick which puts you down. Okay, so very important, you at minimum see that blockage. Once we put it into that awareness, we start already working with it through that understanding, through the code that it is safe to be seen and I belong. I am not alone. I am saying yes to my soul family here. I am saying yes to my people here, to my people, not just people who are just my old friends. I am searching for my people. Do you remember how in Lion King, Mufasa actually, they were all outsiders. Mufasa and then these Rafiki, they were outsiders of their physical families. And now they reunited like a soul family and then they found their Milele. So today we are living in the time when we find our people. We energetically align and resonate with them and we help each other like sisterhood, brotherhood, whomever you are resonating with, whoever is speaking with you. It's going beyond sex actually. It is just going deeply into your guts. And when you speak to that person, you feel that energy uplift. That's how it's like your soul family. Okay? Now, let's look at this card again. So these cards, snow, we can see the snow here. Do you see like there is snow? Let's look at the upright position actually. So there is that snow all around, right? So there is this high contrast time in which we are living, white and black. When you look at the news, there is always white and black, you know. He is that way, labeled that way. Oh, really? She is that way. That's how everything is in this world of news, which is living parallelly to this life, to this reality. Nothing is labeled in Mother Nature, but in the news, where it's really cold, it is all contrast. It's all labeled, right? Did you notice that? Did you notice how everything is labeled in here? So you want to just start seeing that from the perspective that you are here to allow yourself to stop seeing everything from a labeled perspective. You kind of start seeing everything vice versa to this world. You don't see like everyone is seeing. You stop that inner labeling within, because that inner labeling within may create lots and lots of issues from within. Oh, just a second, guys. I think I have something fell down. Okay. All right. Creating some order here in the meanwhile. So you want to stop that inner labeling within. Intentionally, even if the mind just screams, no, he is that way. Believe me, I was there for a while. We were all imposed that labeled thinking. That's where actually fight occurs. When we are in the center, that's what Bible is teaching us. It's teaching us love. When we love each other, we don't fight, okay? When is the fight occurring? When do we actually throw really bad comments to each other? When we are on the periphery saying, I know, and that opinionship. We don't know all these story of those people, but I know. I know, now I fight for my knowingness. But God taught us to just really take care. Take care and love. They may not know it all. We take care about people around us. It didn't teach us to fight. This fight comes from that opinionship, which is so augmented through that high contrast labeling in the news. So intentionally, we want to start seeing all the world in this reversed way, not how it's positioned for me, because we invite through that abundance flow. We start seeing more opportunities. We stop seeing only that one label. That's the scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset creates that limitation. And then if you have that labeling approach, right? You have that labeling approach, you're like that guy with these crutches, right? So, and then you are always poor, no matter how much you have in this life. In fact, the more material we become here, the more mad we become, because materialism in the end leads to utter madness. We need to get back to spirit, to reconnect with spirit, to find that open door, to really find it, to stop that scarcity mindset. On the periphery, it's always incomplete. It's always more, more, more. In the center, what we were taught in the Bible, what we were taught in Bhagavad Gita, we were said love is the answer. Buddha was talking about it. Jesus Christ was talking about it. So I really want just to come back to those basics and that intentional rewiring which we start really doing inside us. Okay? So those past lifetimes, they were on some level generated over us. I don't know what was the machine, honestly, behind it, but I only know that today, intentionally, as this next generation, we can say, with me, it will stop. With me, it will stop, and I will stop that sabotaging of my abundance. I will jump into the center where I am abundant and I can see so much more. I will stop that fight with my neighbors, within myself. I know that I acquired that DNA. I know that I have this hereditary today, and I found myself somehow here on this planet Earth, but I don't hate this Earth. I don't want to out of this Earth. I work with what is here, and I keep on loving this Earth. I love animals, I love people, I love nature. I intentionally love, and I don't judge. That's kind of attitude. We want to just reverse it and use this card, finding that open door. That's how we reverse that scarcity mindset. And the affirmation is, I release all poverty contracts and I allow abundance to flow freely through me. Okay? The reversal here is in fact the healing tree. That's what it is. Because that's the foundation. We start planting healing trees, opening up doors. That's what we do. Do you see? It's just like that triangle in that receiving mode. That's what we see, right? So it's not like that pyramid. It's a triangle in the receiving mode. And I receive the opportunities. I receive the abundance. And I already feel complete. It's time to break free. It's time to break the vow. You're no longer in survival how you've been taught through generations, through thousands of years here, okay? So this is something what we all collectively here get stuck, and it was a recurring theme through generations. And now it's time actually to see it and start understanding that once we jump ourselves from the periphery where everything is incomplete to the center, you can start feeling complete already now. No matter how much you have or don't have, no matter what you've done or didn't do. When you accept yourself as a complete being, you can start respect yourself and you can start respecting others beyond how you've been doing it before, not for what they've done, not for what they didn't do. You release yourself from all the contracts on status. Do you see what I'm saying? Status stops mattering you anything. Here we fight for status, more, in different representations. Now we start releasing those contracts on status which bind us on the periphery. We still have things here, beautiful things, why not? But I'm not attached to those things, even if you take them away from me. I do not care, all right? So if I have the possibility, I do it, but I can share. That's okay. Do you know how many of these earrings I shared with many here? Just I shared, that's what's fine. For me, it's nothing, because giving opens up those doors. Giving opens up those doors. You stop being attached to the material and new opportunities start flowing into your life. Now, let's explore another lesson from the past lifetimes which can block you. You want to just put it into your awareness. It's basically the abandonment blueprint. When I need help, it says, I am alone. I heard it so many times inside me. And then I thought maybe I am that way. No, I hear it all around. It's in fact a collective generational thinking over thousands of generations here. We feel disconnected and abandoned from Father, from our celestial sky Father. We feel abandoned here, okay? And that abandonment, it's shown in this card in its upright position. That's how we feel. We feel abandoned from Father Sky, in this called Mother Earth. And I know what I'm saying about, because I'm coming from Siberia, from the land of shamans, in fact, and shamans, they actually talk about that, establishing that balance between Mother Earth and Father Sky. Shamans don't feel that way. They feel balance between Mother Earth and Father Sky, and that's the solution. In fact, you open that door. You open that door and do that generational healing through releasing that abandonment blueprint. So I would say that in many other lifetimes, before we even came here, it could be that we were literally generationally coming through lots of things of betrayal. You will see that there is lots of abandonment, betrayal things throughout your life or the lives of your friends here. All right? So, and then we were taught collectively that when we are isolated, that's our strength. Now we can control things. We made that wrong conclusion. But in fact, our power is in cooperation. Our power is in taking care about all those who are here, who are isolated. Our power is in gluing everyone into one beautiful tribe, into one collective mode, because that's how we evolve collectively, all together. Not in an isolated way. When we are isolated, we are weak. When we start being together, that's where we are powerful, and nothing really can just remove us from that power. We start feeling and sensing ourselves through that collective care about each other, nurture about each other, just supporting each other, not fighting with each other. Okay? We don't push people away. We don't just carry emotional armor, or like those knights, we don't carry it. We don't need to carry it. Our weapon is love. And love dissolves everything. In the Bible, it was written that love dissolves everything. Nobody can withstand the power of love. It's like that glue. It's the glue. And we invite absolutely everyone to that. And this card invites us to really remember that. So the reversed card is a gentle tap. It's like that tap on the soul, the reminder. Hey, remember, it says, help is always here. The door is always here. You no longer have to feel that you are alone. You just need to allow yourself to feel that you are connected and you are complete. And spiritual and emotional support is safe and available. If you let it in, if you just allow it within now, even if you don't have physical validation of it in your reality. You start creating that reality from sensing it. What means is what you feel now. Can you jump off the mental construct and the physical validation of this world to the center and give that love to yourself now and then share it to others? Remember, no matter how much you put money into your pocket, if you have holes there, you will always feel poor. There will be no money there. So fix your holes. Okay, so we need to fix our holes and start seeing those doors here. And this will literally help us to allow ourselves to feel supported. No matter what we see or don't see, no matter what we've done or didn't do, we accept ourselves as we are. And with that acceptance, we can start working with this world in a different way. We can start planting really beautiful fruits, not poisonous fruits of taking advantage from this world. We actually go serving the world from sensing our completeness. That's what will bring us to the center. There are two modes of operating in this world. The periphery mode, I call it. That's when we feel isolated. And there is no your fault in that again. It's how we were wired. Do you remember at school they told us, hey, all the resources are limited. Okay, logically everything is limited here. All right, I've been traveling in this world for more than 10 plus years. And I saw so many lands, so many resources all around the globe. While in the news, everything is limited, everyone is fighting, and the world is crap. Okay? But when you start traveling, you see so much beauty, so much abundance, so many beautiful hearts. I tell you, as a perpetual traveler, I've been seeing the world, all this globe I've been traveling, and this was amazing. Okay, and the first thing what actually all the drivers, when we, with my husband, when we were going to the taxi, they were saying, hey, don't trust the news. She's like, okay, so maybe they have their own opinion, but it was really funny how they said it. Anyway, I'm just saying to you, to see the world, you need to feel it, you need to smell it, you need to touch it. And not what someone is telling you, then you can form your own experience about the world. You can shape it, not based on opinionship, but based on your own experience, and you can start opening up the doors to the new realm, reuniting with this world, knowing that the world actually is a beautiful place. And not just feeling in that security here, just trading your freedom for security, hoping for security. You trade so much when you feel secure only in your country. You may actually allow yourself sometimes to go to some travel where you've never been and experience it and see what's in there. You know, all the biggest revelations may happen when you go somewhere where you've never experienced before, somewhere where you kind of break that cycle, somewhere what will allow you to open the doors beyond the safety and security mode. The wise people don't go to just safety, okay? It's not that I go to dangerous places, let's say, but I know the danger of safety. I know the trade of it, okay? I know the trade of it. I know the scarcity of it. That's why I use my intelligence, intelligence here to create those transition plans in a safe way for my mind to move forward and to invite everyone to this circle, to share that good, beautiful, and truthful knowledge to everyone who has eyes to see and ears to hear. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you are absolutely invited into the circle. That's the approach which you want to develop when you have some spiritual gifts to share with this world, all right? So, and that's very important because this allows us to start rewriting old stories of that abandonment. It's not just your thing, especially when you start kind of like evolving in that spirituality, you start feeling that longing for home. And then, I want to get out of here. But then you don't do your work here. When you really wake up, you love this world. You love this world to the light. And then you spread that light in every soul which you touch here. That's how it should be. That's how it feels ecstasy. That's how you practice eternity here in this physical world. How is that? So, and there is the beauty in that. You start opening more and more pentacles. You start really, really inviting more and more miracles into your life. You actually break all the ancestral and karmic scarcity loops, which are here on the periphery. Karma is always on the periphery. Karma is this cycle. You jump out of that karmic ancestral loop to the center and you start doing the real work, the work of love. And you return to the truth. You belong, you are worthy, you are the light that has always been here. You just started opening it for yourself and for others, and you invite everyone to just be warm in the front of that light. And if someone comes and wants to abuse it, you show the way and you give that light in a kind way. You never allow anyone to cross your border. You know, you are provided and protected. You are not afraid to be seen anymore. Okay? That type of approach you have as a spiritual light worker here. And we support each other. We support each other along the way. All right, so if you loved this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, I'm going here live here and there. Cannot provide you the exact times. So subscribe to this channel just to stay in touch, be notified when I go live. I also want to see if you had any questions here. If you have, I don't have anything at this moment, but if you have, be brave enough to ask, all right? I'm here for you, serving you, my dear brothers and sisters, and wishing you a beautiful, blessed evening.